Welcome back to Shavers Insider. Now this month we take a look at a new wave of Arab fashion designers who are making their names internationally. Supported by the Dubai Design and Fashion Council and of course Fashion Forward, these are the new cutting-edge labels from the region that you need to know. First up, Army of One is made in Dubai and is ironically an army of two. That's designers Doha and Nazreen. Now they've created a contemporary edgy brand that embodies understated camouflaged cool. Complementing modern style, they craft street staples out of knits and technical fabrics. The term Army of One expresses the idea that strength can be gained from individuality. And this season, menswear gets a look into. Army One, congratulations, so urban, so cool. Now I know that you generally take, your basic wardrobe staples and then give them an edge, give them a twist. Take us through your design process. How does it work for you?
Okay, so I think we're very inspired by Dubai as a city, being a global city with international people coming in and out. And very modern. So these are the type of people we're actually designing for. People on the go. Modern, they travel a lot, they have a million things to do during the day, so they actually need, clothes that are stylish, hoping with a bit of edge, just to take them through the day.
I'm interested in your brand ethos because I read somewhere that it's almost like you can use your wardrobe almost like an armor. Yeah. And how would you say that reflects in your work? Because it's an interesting concept.
Because you know what, the clothes, they're very comfortable to wear. So your true personality comes out. Therefore, you start to style it the way you would and you feel confident. And that brings like even a more, appeal. You're relaxed, you're cool about it.
Take me through some of the design details, some of the cuts, the fabrics. I can see a lot of khaki, a lot of camouflage.
Yeah, we decided to use camouflage this season. Actually, the camouflage we use is from Afghanistan. And we tried to incorporate with more luxurious fabric, which is the leather, which is kind of like a skin. So just to, up it a little bit and make it,
quite tactile as well. Now, finally, ladies, let's just talk about you, the design, the dynamic between the two of you, being a design duo. Is one like a little bit more creative, one a little bit more marketing? How does it work?
Well, thankfully now this is our 6th season, I would say. So our design process is very smooth now. So we brainstorm, we create our mood board, and we shop for fabrics together. And when we design, we literally design together, complemented from different aspects. I'm very commercial, I would say, in the way I look at a garment, whereas Nasreen really adds that extra edge sometimes. So we balance each other in bringing it more up to, the identity of Army of One.
Strutting from street to high-end pret-a-porter, Lama Juni designs for bold, elegant, empowered women. Croc-embossed corset belts on asymmetrical dresses, sleek catsuits and fluid silhouettes. It's a luxe lookbook of floor-length dresses or the ultra-high-waist trousers. This fall 2016 collection is the perfect day to night dressing.
It's a ready-to-wear brand. It's obviously minimal cuts. It's not the design aesthetic. It's not too strong. So it's mostly for wearable pieces, and it varies from day to night, obviously. And as well, I made it for working women, basically women who want to afford a good piece of clothing and have it in their closet that lasts forever.
I feel like the designs are really empowering.
I love the empowering look for women. Honestly, I'm so into that.
Female empowerment. Way to go, girl. Now, also I'd like to talk about you were training with Balmain. How would you feel that working with them has affected your sense of style?
I mean, it affected obviously my work ethics in terms of I learned a lot of things because I prepared collections with them, so I know everything from A to Z how to do it. And also,
what did you learn, like in terms of?
I was assistant pattern maker, and I was at the same time assistant pattern maker, and I was also in the design aesthetic of it, and also helped prepare the whole collection. So I learned every aspect basically of the business, especially that it's a very old house, so you learn literally everything from the beginning till the end. So
Talking designs in terms of the collection that we've just seen, now there was a lot of exotic skin.
Yeah,
Let's talk us through the textures, the fabrics that you use, the cuts.
I mostly use very comfortable fabrics, fabrics that are like comfortable to wear basically. And the textures, usually I like to play with leather, I like to play with crepes, jerseys mostly, you know. These are the most things that I use in all my collections. They're basics, basically.
Now in her 11th collection, Danna designs from Saudi have evolved to more sophisticated and experimental cuts. Structuring different cotton fabrics, she gives the classic shirt dresses a bold new take. The podium set design provides a minimal platform for her Love Forever pieces, including hot tops, cool jumpsuits and easy dresses, some of which feature Middle Eastern motifs. So Danna, this is your 11th collection. Congratulations. Now it's always been described as collections and a label of contrast. How would you elaborate on that idea?
Well, because I like to do a contrast between, well, I would say contrast, but the thing that's always stable is the casual, easygoing flow of everything, and then I try to add an element of that contrast, you know, contradicts or contrast. For example, this collection I used a gown and I put a sporty vest over it using AirTech, so I just try to mix it up a bit.
So it's like there's the feminine aspect which is mixed with the street kind of aspect, day to night.
It's very much sporty aspect, yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about your Middle Eastern heritage. You're from Saudi, and now I know you've got some design features where you always bring that element of you. Was that in the patterning on the jacket?
Of course, there's a bit of it. To be honest, it's not always 100% conscious, but it's, you know, that's who I am, that's where I'm from. So there's an element of, let's say, modesty. There's an element, you know, because like lots of things are long with her, and that's just how it comes out, you know.
And how would you say that your heritage has influenced your designs? I mean, looking at your designs, I wouldn't say, oh, that's a Saudi designer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how would you say that your heritage has worked for you?
Well, honestly, I want my designs to show as something that anyone can wear from anywhere. So it's not something that we want to say identify, oh, I bet she's from here, she's from there. And that's what I'm going for. So I want it to be something easy enough for a Saudi person to wear than, you know, someone like you.
Top trends, obviously we're looking at a lot of black.
Yes.
Tell me about the cuts and some of the fabrics that you've chosen for this collection.
I always have black and white and grey. Those are the main colors I always use. I like the A-line cut. Things, as you notice, they're not too tight. It's just kind of, just gives people more flexibility to, you know, to tighten it up, to leave it loose, to accessorize, to not. So I like to just give a basic piece and then let everyone just kind of translate it the way they like.
Did you say there was an overall theme or inspiration in this collection?
Yes, there was a bit of a sporty theme. So I kept the feminine, you know, feminine basic black and white that I always do, and I added the sporty element. You can see that pretty much in the rib, in the AirTech. I used some neoprene material, so that's where
super funky, like super edgy, and I think it's a great space doing it here. Don't you agree? It's like a different kind of presentation, a different look.
Yes, this year it was great. You know, it's a wider space, and we got to kind of maximize the space. And it's the first time I do a presentation. I've done shows before, and yeah, it's great. And I'm happy to be here in D3. It's a new concept, and you know, it just came together.
Yes, this season it was all about Saudi Arabian designers who emerging with diverse collections mixing Eastern and Western design aesthetics. Sotra focused on juxtaposing modern cuts with feminine details in pastel green and pinks. Elegant and comfortable, there's really been a boom in the Saudi fashion industry, with Vogue Italia moving into the market too. So ladies, this is the first time that you've presented at Fashion Forward. We've got this wonderful new Saudi design duo. Tell us a little bit about your journey into fashion, because it's the first time we've had you on the show as well.
It started very organically. It was a small project from home, and it grew very naturally. We didn't plan for it, really. And then we got big too fast. And now we're here today, I guess.
Now, the Catwalk show actually opened with this lovely voiceover about integrity and following your passion. How would you say that those ethos are brought through into the collection that we saw today?
It's about the colors, the feel, the volumes. It's about being who you are and wearing your signature personality.
Yeah, it's a lot
Showing
of mix
it.
and match. So whatever works for that body type or for that person, they can layer it the way they want to. Really.
And not conform necessarily to how things are supposed to be worn. So.
Now, I'm just looking at the sort of, the dynamic between you guys. What is the design, like, duo dynamic? Is there one is more creative? How does it work? And how do you sort of bounce off each other?
So if Nof gets an idea, we'll run with it, and then I'd modify. And if I got the idea, she'll support and she'll modify. So
It's a collaborative process.
Lovely. Now, just going back to the collection we've seen today, what was the original inspiration? What do your mood boards look like?
The colors, the flowers, the specific fabric inspired the collection.
And what about some of the design details? There was this beautiful, almost like lace number.
It started with that fabric specifically, and it's a very special fabric, I'd say. It is very romantic, but we wanted to edge it up with the structured underneath, with the pants, with the skirts, and then soften it up with the pearls again. So it's always about soft and hard with us, and then it's a
Contrast, the juxtaposition. No, I love it. But it was really nice to see some color as well, because obviously it's the autumn winter, and for me this was more like a spring summer collection.
It's actually our evening capsule collection, and it's perfect timing in our region because the weather gets really pretty now.
It's perfect timing. Thank you so much, ladies. Congratulations. Thank you. So that's it for this edition of Showbiz Insider. Hope you love the show, guys. Remember, you can keep in touch with us over the summer. We've got our Facebook page, which is titled Showbiz Insider Zoe, and we've also got our Twitter feed, which is at Zoe Showbiz. That's for all the latest in film, fashion, music, and the arts internationally. Have a great time over the summer holidays, and we'll see you after that with a brand new season of entertainment in the city. Bye for now.